Shri Raja Rao and World Konkani Centre. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Raja Rao, renowned English poet. Is an Indian English poet with radical aesthetics. This is borne out by the critic Bruce King's comments on his poems in his book Modern Indian Poetry in English, and by the poet Hoshang Merchant's comments on his poems in his book Forbidden Sex, Forbidden Text. Rao's own collections of poetry have been published by People Tree Press, Leeds, and by Poetry Wala, Bombay. The cult short film Bomb Gay was based on his poems. Rao has a new collection of poems awaiting publication. His work has been showcased in anthologies published by HarperCollins and the Sahitya Academy, among others. Rao's work also includes the iconic novel The Boyfriend, as well as 3 other novels, short stories, plays, critical non-fiction, translation, and a biography of the poet Nissim Ezekiel. He was the head of the Department of English, University of Pune till 2017. So may I request you to please come forward and recite your poems.
Thank you. It's ironic that I was introduced as Raja Rao because my name is actually Raj Rao, but now I've started calling myself Raja Rao Jr. And actually I have a series of poems called the Raja Rao poems, from which I'm going to read a couple of them. But before that, 2 poems from a section called National Anthem. The first one is called SS. These are damning initials that hang men like their coats. No one should possess them. Twice in our lifetime, a time of world wars and cold wars, they belonged to gangs that killed men who repelled women. Schultz, Staffel or Shiv Sena, their goals were the same. Dissenters went to gas chambers where they gasped for breath like asthmatics. Schultz Staffel, founded by H.H. Heil Hitler. He was afraid Germany would have no soldiers to fight the wars if men did not fuck women. Shiv Sena, founded by B.T., Bengal Tiger. He asked what would happen to the family if women turned to each other to rub vulvas like matches to start a flame. There were voyeurs in the outfits who had sex with lesbians and filmed the sex. They used blackmail to trap black males, niggers and Dalits and put them in jail. The Bengal tiger roared. He was a man-eater who ate men alive like that chimpanzee from Uganda. His boys menacingly roamed Bombay's streets as if they were dense jungles. Heil Hitler wore pink triangles to queers like wedding pendants and used them for target practice. They slogged it out in the camps till death freed them, earning them their salvation. These are damning initials that hang men like their coats. The next one is called SM. The first one was SS and this is SM. Single and male, an exiled writer called it. My fetish was to get my hunk to devour me piecemeal, no anesthesia please. It was a hijra castration, a modern surgery where you saw yourself chopped up on a monitor screen. I had an erection as I was being consumed. My killer was a tiger. He expertly separated flesh from skin, skin from bone, and sinew from sinew, with teeth as sharp as laser beams or the edges of rock. Crunching my bones, he first chewed the lower half of my emaciated body from the navel down. My erect penis, relished like pork sausage, was now gone. I was still alive. My man hadn't gotten to the upper part of my body, stomach and liver and kidney and heart, and ears, which he chewed like cartilage, and of course, brain. This was bizarre food that made him a cannibal. I saw him fulfill his hunger and smack his lips till the very minute my soul left my body and death freed me. My soul was one part he did not eat. As I ascended the astral plane, I hummed a film song, a Hindi film song. Aaj ki raat mere dil ki salami le le. Tonight, make salami of my heart and eat. The Raja Rao poems, I'll read just a couple of them. Raja Rao, you have been stalking me as a lion stalks a jackal in the forests of the Gir. You're a lion of a writer, me a scavenging four-legged, imitating your stories in Kantapura and Comrade Krylov to write my own. Chess master, your moves are daft, mine deft. Your moves are deft, mine daft. On the chessboard of life, what chance of victory do I have? You, the swift Brobdingnagian, I, the gullible Lilliputian. Your books line bookshelves everywhere. If readers buy my books, they receive yours in the parcel and gladly accept them as if, ordering a vacuum cleaner, they have received a motor car. Who looks a gift horse in the mouth? You are the live serpent, me the dead rope. Your writing bites, mine simply fastens corpses burned at the ghats in Benares, that holiest of cities where men are sages and not merely saints. Raja Rao, king of the literary jungle, you have got your moksha, while I, eternal filcher, will be reborn as a jackal or a hyena many times over. The second one, in the eyes of Manu, the great sage, to whom caste was anatomy, you are the head. The five senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, merge in you, the Brahman, like the five Pandavas, Arjun, Bhim, Yuri, Nakul, Sahadev. The Atman is you. Between us is mouth, chest, navel, knees, thighs, loins. I am the feet with pallid toenails, a chamar worthy of mending worn footwear that must be taken off in the presence of God. You are a Swami who teaches and preaches. I am a leper stumps. You smell of incense, I of the pig shit on which I have trampled. You are master and I am slave. I incense men. The Manusmriti was burned, but your books have gone into scores of editions, selling crores of copies in all languages of the world. Mine just wait to be pulped. And the last one in this series, Raj Rao, though it was late, I finally met you at 88. You lived in Austin. I traveled all the way there from Boston on the East Coast, where I was on a fellowship. We were queer bedfellows. I phoned you, I remember, and your French Madonna gave me directions to your cozy home. I walked there from my hotel. Our meeting was historic. I was a kitten in the presence of a tiger. Like them, we belong to the same family of writers, of tigers. But you could swallow me whole. Your girlfriend served us tea. I said I was your namesake and remembered a novel where a young man named Gogol by his folks became crazy like him. But you are not crazy, and I would love to be you. I asked if you would get your moksha after death. You said you stood a very good chance, for you had chosen the path of dharma, of karma, eating just a fruit diet, but not seeking the fruits of your actions. To you, life is a chessboard. To me, it's a child's game of snakes and ladders. Each time I reach my goal, bad deeds speeden my descent to the netherworld, multiplying my chances of being reborn as a scorpion. Our meeting lasted half an hour. When I got up to go, unsure whether to shake your hand like a buddy or join my hands in a namaskar like a worshipper, you said something cataclysmic. And this is what you said. First, they mistook you for me, you joked. And now they are mistaking me for you. No, I wanted to yell. You don't want to go to hell. And I'll finish with two short poems which are based on a conference that I went to in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and have a series called the Brazil Diary. So these are from there. We were having beer in a cafe after the session, and I suddenly found that the beer is called Brahma beer. So I thought it's a fit subject for a poem for us in India. Brahma, did you know a Brazilian beer is named after you? I mean, here you are, God of creation of the Hindu Trinity. Yet men order you, drink you off a beer mug to get high on you. Brahma, take revenge. Get Shiva, the destroyer, to destroy these men. Then you and Shiva and Vishnu, the preserver, can drink your own beer. And the last one is similar. It's called Plato Buffet. So we were being served snacks, and I suddenly saw that the van that has brought, in Portuguese, Plato is plate, but in English it read as Plato Buffet. So I thought this is interesting. Plato Buffet. Plato, you held that poets had to be banished from the Republic for stirring passions. Our work was imitation of imitation, at two removes from reality. Your student, Aristotle, claimed you were very wrong. Poets gave heightened versions of reality. Here in Rio, we are merely served food by Plato Buffet. Thank you.